Namaste everyone, Satnam. Welcome back to my channel Indigo Angel. Today I have a Lyran-Sirian collective message, as I feel this is a very important message for any starseed who feels connected to the specific stargates of Vega and Sirius. Whether you are aligned in your natal chart and this is your true origin, or you have just gotten your body's vibration up so high and now you're harmonizing internally through the 10th through 12th densities in your humanoid form, as the Lyran Stargates represent the 10th, 11th, and 12th sphere in the eternal Crystalla Cathara grid. Okay, so if you are integrating, perceiving, and having conscious recognition of these light body densities, then you're kind of holding this pre-matter form, very fluid, like liquid-like state of astral awareness. And actually these Lyran radial light transfigurations go through the aurora continuum. Vibrational, very pure within, very virtuous. Immaculate Conception is actually the song and melody that the Lyra plays. The Lyran frequency is essentially represented by the Orpheus of Lyra, which means falling vulture or falling eagle, making Lyran aspects very much avian as well as feline. So depending on which culture that you reference, these falling or swooping avians have a harp with them and playing that high frequency choir of the universe, as Lyra is the attunement to the most angelic, merciful melody within. Lyran-Sirian awareness to meta-attuned radial light wave would be the gold, diamond, and platinum wave infusions. Vega representing the highest harmonics of the seraphim and the Elohim frequency spectrum. Sirius representing the blue ray frequency spectrums and the emerald wave infusions. And this original angelic human lineage has been on the planet for over 550 million years or longer. I was going to say 950 billion years, but I believe I'm going to go with the 550 million. And the Orpheum, or original angelic human, is what I like to call them, but you can also call them the Tyrannosaeum Orpheum. These are being incarnates from Tara, which is our 4th through 6th density prototype of Earth, basically a parallel Earth that reflects higher light planetary consciousness to Earth for us to transmit. This soul and density level blueprint of the original angelic's human is, in fact, a hybrid form of Lyran-Sirian Stargates. Soul genetics, genetic gene quantum brain expressions within the body, within of the Elohim in the emerald order of the Avian Feline Hominoid Cetacean Lineages, that ultimately seeded in the Anuhazi and the Sirius B Azurites in the first seedings of the Atlanteans. And it is these lineages that went on to seed the 12 tribes of the Earth angelic humans 250 million years ago. These would be the indigos, the crystals, and the rainbow children grail lines. These would be the genetic lines that became the aspects of the Melchizedek cloisters in the DNA. So I had a vision of these original angelic Orpheum spirits, and I seen that they procreated singularly and androgynously as an alpha omega currents of yearning, of yanas, which are the primal sound orders. I seen and I felt their wombs, and I seen that they were clear crystal nebulas inside that linked to these radial metagalactic core portals and pulsations. Each pulsation was of the purest energetic ripple and wave within their heart chakras. And when their bodies came into this alignment, they would essentially expel an egg from their belly buttons or like from their sacral chakra, And it would be kind of like a lucid nebula or like a molecule, but like an energetic sac. And it would be painless for them to do it. And it would be like a cellular matter formed through the one parent's combined genetic imprint. And once the sac was expelled from the body, the new Orpheum soul would begin their fetal integration. And this was all done outside of their body. And this was one way incarnation would survive different elemental environments throughout the times of being Hyperboreans, Palladorian, and Breatharians, and also through glacial periods like the Ice Age, called the Age of Cobras. Essentially, these timelines where incarnations and reproduction of soul genetic spirit matter light bodies could not access physicality, more of a pre-creational process. And essentially, these birth sacs would be placed within the planetary soil like a nest with water and fluid. And this process would allow the incarnating Orpheum to adopt the natural template structures of the environment in which they were incarnating. And this is essentially a remote view of one aspect of the parallelism of the simultaneous implantation into the race morphogenetic field. So it's also happening on multiple different planes of existences and dimensions as well, is what I'm trying to say with that. And then I seen the sac would quickly produce like the embryo, and it would rapidly ascend. It would time shift and morph very quickly into like 8 to 12 years, and then they would like emerge from the birth sac. And then they would be born with full spectrum ascension codes of the 12 to 48 DNA strand template. So coming in already with their angelic consciousness of no separation. Essentially, in the celestial ascension realms, Lyra is considered the holy grail of immortality and transformation. Lyra is the womb of immaculate conception, and Sirius is the mother who births the Messiah. Lyra contains the ring nebula within the symmetry of the harp, almost as if the harmonic symphony of the fertile yearnings of the universe's primal song vibrates through this constellation, calling to Sirius, and they transmit back and forth the true origin of Christ humanity revelations. Lyran's feline protect the stargates of the cradle of Lyra, guarding the cosmic womb and the pure innocence of incarnational rites of a newborn baby, and the passageway into and out of density for seeding incoming creation. So I know that's a lot to take in, that's a lot to visualize, and a lot to sit with. There's an even more important reason, essentially, though, as to why I prepare and create these messages with these two origins. So in case you're wondering why I always do that, and I feel like I finally have a confident enough explanation to explain these alignments to you now. So the position of Lyra is at 180 degrees to Sirius, making the nodal cosmic electromagnetic energetic axis equal opposite between these two stars, so north and south nodes to one another. This is the true process of how cosmic energy enters the planet, is through the north and south nodes. Comes in through the nodes and in through the liquid mantle, and then it radiates out the ley lines and all the axial tonal lines. And that ultimately enters then into the human body through the soles of our feet and particle integration through our toroidal field. And then this also flows within our body in a north to south, two congruent currents of energetic systems that are flowing into the physical electromagnetic vessel of the human being. And it's through these node entry points that essentially are making this alignment of Lyra that is over interlapping with the origin of Sirius. So when you're looking at the qualities of a rising and a setting, every star will have a rising, a culmination, So it's expression in its full illumination, and it also has a setting degree, an ascension and a descension, a rising and a falling. And you experience these cosmic radial light intelligences and expressions through their rising of that energy and the falling of the energy. So that's why the north and the south node are equal opposites, is because you're experiencing, if you're experiencing the light, then you're going to experience the dark of that in its opposite node, essentially, is how that works energetically. I like to think that Sirius holds the rising quality and Lyra holds the setting quality, since cultures before have labeled Lyra a falling bird, as the expansion of source energy is amplified in July and is minimized in the winter, and it goes through its birthing of the new sun. The avian or air aspect of Lyra also represents the equal opposite quality of the water and cetacean aspect in Sirius, bringing together the merging of the subconscious water and the conscious mind, the air, when aligned in harmony. So the focus of this origin and the focus of this mythology to the world is aligning the higher mind and the heart. Now I know you're thinking, why do I keep calling the Lyrans avian when I thought that they were feline? Well, the truth is that they are both, which I'm going to get into more here. So there's actually a smaller degree marker for being an actual true Lyran origin. The whole segment of the lunar mansion marker for Lyran would be 6 degrees 40 to 20 degrees Capricorn, and you would equally be aligning to Sirius at 6 degrees 40 to 20 degrees Cancer. Now, if you are only a true Lyran, not intersecting with Sirius, you would have smaller degree markers between 16 degrees 40 to 20 degrees Cancer Capricorn. And if you are only a true Sirian, you will have degree markers at 3 degrees 20 to 6 degrees 40 Cancer Capricorn. So you can see how the bulk of the alignment is a Lyran-Sirian origin at 6 degrees 40 to 16 degrees 40 Cancer Capricorn. It is actually more very rare to only have Lyran or only have Sirius, because the bulk of their alignment intersects with one another, either being the rising or the setting star. So most of you with these alignments would be considered a Lyran-Sirian origin, aligning the direct influence of both at 6 degrees 40 to 16 degrees 40 Cancer Capricorn. This is why we feel both of these two stargates when we align to one. So for example, we would be coming upon the Lion's Gate gateway, which is August 8th, and this would be considered a Lyran gateway. We're not actually in a Lyran alignment. We are in the influence of Regulus in Delta Theta Leonis at that time. So we're coming off the Sirian energy that amplifies the Lyran energy, and it's probably the setting or the descension in that Lyran energy. They are constantly amplifying one another's qualities in ascending and descending expression depending upon the location of the sun and the moon. And like I said, the Lyran template is the Elohim, and like I said, the original angelic human Lyran template is of the Elohim, Emerald Order, Avian Feline Hominoid, Cetacean Lineages. So within the Lyran-Sirian starseed origin, you would withhold those lineages and those races and those proteins, essentially, and genetic expressions within your being as your master regulatory genes. And I did create my last video, which is a Lyran-Sirian video, where I was going over the soul genetic expressions, and I went into quantified detail about the depth of this quantum computing expression and response factors within the body that has to do with your soul genetics and has to do with whatever gene is the most predominant in your genetic makeup. So if you want to learn more about that, please see my last Lyran-Sirian video that I made. I will send a link for that as well. But I just wanted to say thank you so much today for listening to this Starseed collective message for the Lyran-Sirian origin. If you have any questions regarding your Starseed origins, you can reach out to me on my Facebook, Indigo Angel, or you can message me at indigoangel222@gmail.com, and I would be happy to help you with your Starseed origins. So I hope everyone has a beautiful night. Namaste, Satnam. I will be back soon with another message.